Hey everyone, and welcome back to a new episode of our Distant Worlds Universe Let's Play. Episode 5 today, and if you have a look at the galaxy, this is what we're dealing with at the moment. So, as we discovered at the end of last episode, the biggest problem that we've got right now is the fact that there are no colonizable planets, well, basically anywhere actually. So if we have a look at the expansion planner, there are no colonizable planets that we can reach. There are a lot of really good quality ones, especially sort of down to the south in this area. A lot of really good continental planets, but we just don't have the range to get to them. So it's really there's two there, so 98%, 95% right next to each other, which are these two down here, which I would absolutely dearly love to get. But given we've got the colonization range set to 1 sectors, we just simply can't get out there. So even though all these other AI empires have basically expanded out, they are actually playing on the same colonization range that we do, so they're not cheating at all. It's just that we've been really, really unlucky that there were no colonizable planets in this area where we started, which we couldn't really do anything about that. There's nothing that we could have controlled or anything like that. So what we are going to do now, we're going to come in here and have a look at explored systems. If you can see, we actually haven't explored all that many systems up to the north and also over to the right over here. So that's what we're going to do first. We're going to manually send out some exploration ships to get some range and view in that area, and then if there's still no colonizable planets out here, so there's actually a few systems and stuff that we haven't explored out here. If there are still no colonizable planets out there, our only option is going to be to go to war with an empire and to actually take over a few planets, or at least one planet, to expand out our colonizable range. Unfortunately, there are no empires down in this area, so we can't really get access to these two planets. So it looks like this empire up here is going to be our best bet. But for now, we're basically just going to keep running the game, and we'll sort of deal with a lot of that stuff a little bit later on. Actually, I lied. First thing we're going to do is jump into our exploration ships. We're going to grab this one. That one's coming out there, so that's okay. We're going to leave you there. You're over there. You're coming down here, so that's okay. You've got no mission, so we're actually going to send you here. We're going to say move to there. Actually, no, we're going to say explore this system. Then we're actually going to queue up this one. We're going to say queue next mission, explore this system. Then this one, basically just going to queue up a few systems for this exploration ship. So that one there. Then what have we got? Where's that one? So you're going down there, so that's fine. You're going up there, which that's okay. You're retrofitting. You're going out there. Probably actually don't want you there. We probably want you to have a look at these planets first. So we can queue up for that one, and then for this one, and then this one, and then lastly this one. Cool, so there we go. That should be good. So hopefully they can get out there and do a lot of that stuff. Have a look at these planets, and that would be good. So what have we got? Offered a discovery, no thank you. Offered protection, no thank you. Scientists pursuing the wrong path on enhanced energy collections. That just means it's going to go a little bit slower, but that's okay. We can deal with that. So how's our planet going? So our main planet's up to nearly 20 billion in population. Given the size and quality of the planet, I suspect we're probably going to be capping out at around probably the 25 billion mark. So we haven't got too long to go, which is quite good. And once that's done, we can then build up our military and all that kind of stuff. So our pirate faction has cancelled a protection arrangement. So we're going to jump in and have a look at them. So it's these guys. So 115 ships, 6,100 or 6,000 firepower, which is quite a bit more than what we've got. So we're only at 1,500. But for now, we're actually just going to leave it. If they start attacking us and we feel like we can't deal with whatever they're throwing at us, we'll then request another protection arrangement. But for now, I think we're better off just doing that. So, had another exploration ship finish retrofitting. So now, I think you're coming out there, you're going down here. Did we queue one up for here? I'm not sure. So we're going to actually queue this guy up for here. So explore this one, and then come out this way and explore this one, and then this one. So there we go. So we should be getting a fair chunk of this area explored quite quickly. Had a few ones down here as well being explored. Some of the ones up here as well. So we're getting basically to sort of the limit of our where we're going to be colonized anyway. So swap territory maps, yes. Always don't really ever see the point in not doing it. Better off to sort of see what's going on out in the galaxy. Offer protection, no thank you. So we've now finished research into rapid fire projectiles, which I believe are Point defense. There we are. No, rapid railgun. Sorry, not point defense. So that's good. So we've actually got increased armor, which is good. Armored ground assault to our armored units, planetary defense units, improved missiles, which is nice. Tractor beams, blast or beam weapons. So I think what we're going to do, go to advanced blasters. Then we're going to go to improved tractor beams. Then we're going to jump into fighters and research those. Because we won't have fighter bays on any of our ships for a little while, so we won't have to really worry about that too much. I generally don't really use fighters until you actually get access to carriers, which is a little bit way down the tech tree. So if you have a look in here, it's under energy and construction, I think. So I think it's until we actually get to sort of the large scale construction technology that we're actually going to unlock carriers. So it's not a priority, but it's something that we could do. So who are these guys over here? The Quamino Technocracy. So they're actually very, very weak, but a lot of colonies, and they don't have any mutual defenses. So that is quite interesting. So given if we don't come up against any colonizable planets, these guys over here were a little bit stronger than us. Yep, so 4,600 firepower. So they are definitely stronger than us. So I'm almost tempted to actually try and take over these guys. I know they're quite a way away from our main system. There's going to be a big gap in between them, but I'm just thinking it may be easier, given that no one likes them anyway. They haven't really got a whole lot of a military. That may be the way to go, but we'll see how we go. Just for now, we're just going to concentrate on exploring these places out here. So you have finished, have you? No, you're still exploring, so that's fine. Monetary gift, not a whole lot there. Protection, no thank you. So we're just going to ignore all that. So all of our exploration ships are still going along, which is really good. All got jobs, and that's fine. So Mutual Defense Pact. Colonial location, no. Right, the Securan Paradise have offered us a Mutual Defense Pact. So you're up there. They're actually very strong. So I think they're probably going to be one of the strongest in military strength. They're actually the strongest, yep. So they're actually above the Gazurian High. So given that, I actually think we're going to accept this. Given that they're strong, they've got quite a big population. Haven't got a huge amount of colonies, but they are very strong militarily. And they are very dependable. So you have a look down here at the traits. Sometimes if you're sort of wondering if they're going to stick by you and that kind of stuff, you can have a look at these kind of things. They actually are very passive, so we shouldn't get drawn into too many wars. And they also are very dependable, so if we actually get declared on, they should, in theory, actually come to our aid. So we're actually going to accept that offer. So there we go. So we now have 2 mutual defense pacts with the Ricto, which are down here, and they're actually not that strong, but they've got a fair few colonies, and they're extremely dependable and very passive. And also the Securans, which is fantastic. So I don't generally get involved in mutual defense pacts in normal games, and because I find that you can get drawn into, so there's a planet up there, I find that you can get drawn into, and one there. So that one there is probably going to be our first target. So that's actually Marsh World as well, which is ones that humans can colonize. Yeah, like I was saying, I generally don't get involved in mutual defense pacts because you can get drawn into big, drawn-out wars. Which is not really ideal, but given that we're at an extreme, I think we could probably use a few allies, so we're actually going to try that out for this game. Another cancelled protection arrangement by, who were those guys? These ones, I think. Yep, so they're at 43 ships, don't know where their base is, so we're going to do the same, just leave it. A little bit of extra cash flow for us, so that's what we're going to do there. Going to jump into the expansion planner. And we actually do finally have a colonizable, we actually got 2 colonizable planets. Fantastic. We're going to kick up 2 colony ships for them. Neither of them are particularly amazing. Although this one is actually fairly decent. So 28k, 89%. It's actually not a bad planet. It's actually down in this area somewhere. Which means that maybe we'll have enough room or enough range to actually get down to these planets. If we could do that, I will be over the moon. And then this one is actually out to the right over here, so that's that one there. So there we go. So that is really good as well. So yeah, and that's going to be a great benefit if there's any other planets out here that we can colonize. So, all right, that's good. Made me a lot happy, guys, that we actually can get out of our starting system. Otherwise, we're going to get drawn into a war early on, which I didn't really want to do. I'm really sort of going to sit back and try and build up, and then just take advantage of a few weaker empires as the game goes on and try and build up that way, because I assume that we're probably going to be on the back foot for much of the game, and we're going to take a little bit of a softly approach, so we'll see how that goes. Colony location, no. Mutual defense by the Syricia Empire, where are they and who are you? So you're over there. You're near the Ricto. You're not all that strong. Slightly dependable, quite passive. I'm actually going to say no to these guys because I don't want to get drawn into too many of them. But that's fine. So we'll take a free trade agreement, which is good, and that's fine. So we've got, so we've actually got rampant war weariness, which is not good. But so who are we actually at war with? So we're at war with Jintis. That's right. I actually completely forgot about that, guys, in between episodes, because they're at war with the Ricto, aren't they? And it looks like the Ricto may be losing. I think they've lost a few colonies. Interesting. Mutual defense by the ex-humans. Where are you? So you're over there. You're not very strong. Yeah, you do have the way of the ancients government, which is very, very interesting. So it's probably more likely that you are going to be quite strong later on, given that's an absolutely fantastic government type. But you're near the Securans. You're right next to the Securans. So I'm actually going to say no there as well. I think we're fairly happy with our 2 mutual defenses. I don't think we really want any more than that. So there's our colonizable planet there. So I think we are actually going to have enough range to get down to these 2 planets. Hopefully we can get there in time before anyone else takes them. If that happens, I'm going to be very happy. So that is very good news. Everything else is going quite well, I think. Still cruising along. And our planets are building up nicely in population. So 20.5 billion, which is pretty good. So how are our other 2 going? So 360 million and 239, both growing at 7 and 8% respectively, which is actually fairly decent. So they should grow up, expand quite quickly. Do have a pirate base on there. We're just going to check, make sure they haven't built anything else, and that's fine. I think we're actually going to leave that just for the moment. We'll deal with that later once we build up our forces a little bit, but for now that's fine. Monetary gift of nothing, so that's fine, whatever. And everything else is going along pretty well. 4,000 credits from the ex-humans, thank you. Exploration ship under attack from an Ardalus, so we're going to have to keep an eye on that and see if they follow us around. How are our exploration ships going? They're still moving around. Everyone's still got jobs. That's really good. So that is fantastic. Just going to jump in and check our colonization screen again. Yep, nothing else, but that's fine. At least we can get out. Like if we got stuck in our home system, I think we probably wouldn't have done all that well throughout the game, so I'm quite happy that we've actually been able to do that. So this one's finished exploring. We've actually explored that one as well. So am I going to send you up here, or am I going to let you refuel? Actually, I'm just going to send you up here. So send you up here to explore a few of these. So there's probably 3. And then I'll put you on automated, and then you'll probably just go and refuel. So you should do that, and then put them on automated, which means that they'll follow our orders, and then go and do their own thing automated. So that's quite good. I'm quite happy with that. So you're still on a mission. Yep, that's fine. So we've completed long range scanners. So that is quite good. So we're going to put long range scanners on our defensive bases like we did in our last Let's Play. Given that I don't put starports on every planet generally, and given that our defensive bases are something we actually are going to put on every planet, I think it's probably a good place to put them. So we've actually got some extra tech that we can queue up here. So where do we want to go to? I don't think we need any colonization yet, although maybe it would be good given that we can't really colonize anywhere. So I'm actually going to have a look, see what we've got around us. So if we go in terms of distance, so this way, there we go. No, that's not right. Why are you doing that? There we go, that's better. Cool, so what have we got near us? Actually, no, everything's going to be too far away still, so it doesn't really matter. Yeah, so okay. So we're not going to queue up any colonization text yet. We may do that later. What are we going to do? We can either go for the enhanced transports. Probably don't really need either of them at the moment, though. Don't think we need any more sensors. I don't think it's really worth going to countermeasures and target tracking yet. I don't use those until we actually get to our capital ships. So I think we're going to jump down into this area. I think we're going to go for structured research. Then I think we're going to go for holographic entertainment and advanced medicine. So we get even more happiness boosts on our planets. Protection, no. And the Zerolest Paradise, where are you? Where are you? So you're up there. You're very small. No, we're definitely not going to take a mutual defense with you. Sorry, you're not strong enough for us to warrant having a mutual defense. So we're going to jump into our defensive bases. Going to auto upgrade and then manually. And now basically all we're going to do here is put on long range scanners. So there we go. Just one long range scanner per defensive base. It's going to double check our energy. Our excess energy is absolutely rubbish. So did we? That must have stuffed that up last time. That's not very good. It's lucky we actually saw that. So we need a whole stack of extra energy. So in other words, our weapons would have been pretty much useless because they wouldn't have been able to use most of them. Interesting. All right. So we must have forgotten that last time, guys. So I apologize for that, but we've now fixed it up. We also need some more energy collectors and one more just to be safe. Shields are good, armor's good, firepower's good, energy's good, long-range scanners, recreation medical center, tractor beams. Yep, everything's going well. So just going to save that. Now we're going to jump into our ships and bases screen, into our defensive bases there, and just retrofit both of these. So there we go. So that's done. So that is quite good. So we should soon have some long-range scan availability or vision around there. So 2,700 credits. Thank you. Exploration ship under attack from an Artilus all the way down there. That's fine. Oh, so we're almost. We may miss out on these planets. So that's a marsh planet. So I think we may miss out on these couple down here. Although it is the Gintis, which we are still at war with. So yeah, interesting. Colonizing up here quite quickly these guys. So that's something we have to be careful of as well. Definitely behind in the colonization game, but I'm hoping that our population, our starting planet, makes up for it. So given that we are, so basically what's going to happen if you think about it over the long-term game, given that we are a long way behind on population, so a lot of these planets with lots of colonies, the longer the game goes on, the bigger the population they're going to get, which therefore means the better their economy is going to be. Given that we're behind, we are sort of going to have to make up, once we max out our home world, which we are not too far away, so 21 billion. Once we max this out and we can start taxing it properly, I think what we're going to have to do, we're going to have to be quite aggressive and expand and actually fight a few wars, just so we can take over a few more colonies, just so we don't get left behind, basically, the further the game goes on. If we don't have set up some colonies now, we're just going to fall behind in terms of population. I mean, we could sort of sit back and take over some more developed planets later on, but it runs the risk, given we're playing on extreme, of empires such as these guys up here, which are already a lot stronger than us. They're actually Way of Darkness as well, so they're going to be quite aggressive. Interesting. Yeah, so it runs the risk of empires like this, which are already stronger than us, of basically we're not able to catch up and sort of take them on, and we sort of just get overrun. So I think that's what we're going to have to do. So we'll see how we go for the moment. I actually have another world that we can colonize, 21k, 84%. So that's quite good. Going to queue up another one, so that's over here. So we actually are building up a few colony ships or colonizable planets, which is quite good. It's unfortunate probably that we didn't actually get out there a little bit earlier, but you can't really predict that. It's one of the good things about this game. You never really know how a game is going to go. So this planet down here is now under the influence of a different empire, so we actually can't colonize this one. This one's still in play for the moment, but we'll see how that goes. So we may have to fight the Gintis as well. We shall see. So enhanced energy collection has finished. It's provided improvements to existing components, so that's fine. We don't have to worry about that. What can we do now? So we can either go new reactors, new shields, new hyperdrives, or jump into construction. I think we're going to go for. Go for a few construction techs first, then hyperdrives, then shields, then reactors, and then down to engines and thrusters. I think that's probably going to be the best way to go. So what are we going to do? We're actually going to start fast mining, so our private sector, and we get a little bit more minerals and resources and things like that. I think we're going to go for accelerated construction. Actually, scrap that. We're going to go for that first. And basically, we're going to make a play to try and get the Bacurus high-speed shipyards, which basically, if we put that on our home planet, means that we're going to be able to pump out fleets very, very quickly. I'm not sure that we're going to be able to get it, given that we're in extreme difficulty, so I assume that the AI empires are going to probably jump on these wonders a lot quicker. So we're going to go for that, then fast mining, then component prefabrication, and that's it, I think, for now. Cool, so there we go. Everything else seems to be going okay for the moment. Exploration ship has finished its missions. So we explored all these ones out here. That's not one of ours. So we can either send you up here or just automate you. I think we may just automate you. So you know, we're going to queue up for this one, and then this one, and then this one, and then we'll automate you. There we go, and put you on automated, and there we go. That's good. Cool. The war should not end. The war is not good for us. It should end. What do you say? We agree. Yep, fine. Yeah, because it looks like you started losing a few planets. This one down here and this one up here, I think. Maybe. Yeah, that's probably why you requested the war to end. High nexus of Rinatisia. So we're going to investigate that, and we've got the galactic history. I'm not going to go through all this, guys. So if you want to read it, then pause the video and have a look at it now. So it's basically sort of just one of the campaign, the storylines that runs during the game. So it sort of runs over the course of the game, and we won't really have to worry about it for a little while. It's sort of an end game situation, so we're just sort of not uber important at the moment. So those two pirate empires that actually cancelled their protection arrangements, they haven't actually come and attack us, which is quite good. So we're actually saving money, and we actually don't have any of the downside. So quite happy about that. Everything that's good for us. More money, which is good. So we only got 15 ships in our home fleet. Don't think we're going to build our military up yet at all. So we're still middling-ish, although starting to fall down a little bit. But that's fine. I think we're going to be expanding our military quite quickly and quite fast. So that's not really worrying. So actually only second in population, which is pretty fantastic given the fact that we've actually got the Gazarians on this map. So if I were Gazarians in this map, we'd actually be dominating the population. So that's good. I think that's probably going to be the only thing that saves us. So that's fine. Cool. Independent colony discovered. Where are they? Sol 1, foreign territory. Whereabouts? Oh, you're up there. That's very interesting. Okay. So I think that once we colonize these few planets, we've only got two options. We can come down here to the Gintus, towards this way, and given that we're going to have a planet down here, a colony down here, it's actually not going to be too far away. I suppose we could come out this way, although it is a continental planet, so that's quite interesting. So we could come down and take on the Atapio Major Federation. Not all that strong, not all that many colonies, so we should do okay there. Or we're actually trying to take on these guys and then colonize this planet down here, which is already established, already human, a very good quality planet, decent size. Interesting. So that's probably going to be our three options, I think. Probably not really worth going out this way into the Quamino technocracy. So I just don't think they're going to be a little bit too far away. It's a little bit too dense through here as well. So it's going to be sort of get really hectic and all that kind of stuff. So offer protection, no. Retrofitting our defensive bases has finished. So we now have long-range scanners. We actually see what's happening in this area, which is good. So we can sort of see incoming attacks if it happens. So that's really good. Monetary gift, hardly anything. So yep, thanks. Empire contact for 5,400 credits. I'm actually going to say yes. Who are they? Where are they? The Neuralac, I think it was these guys, wasn't it? Yep. So actually hate us, so that's fine. Don't know where they are. They're not that strong, only a couple colonies, so it's not really anything to worry about either. So that's good. Territory map swap, yep, why not? Yeah, so they're still up there, that's cool, all good. Yeah, so everything's going along pretty well, I think. Pretty happy. So you can see, because we're in this sector, the central part of the galaxy, like there's lots of ships coming from everywhere, lots of different empires all coming through because they're all sort of traveling around and that kind of stuff. So it does get very, very hectic through here. That's fine. It means we're sort of at the center of everything, which is pretty good. Protection, no. We can now build science academies. I'm actually tempted to build one on our main planet, although we do have a few scientists already. So I've already got two at the moment, which actually they're pretty decent. So how much is it going to cost to put a science academy on? 40,000 credits. Okay, we're going to do that. We're also going to queue up an armored factory, so we can actually start building armored units. We did have a fair bit of money built up, so I think it's probably a pretty decent use of our money rather than sort of just sitting there for a little while. Territory map swap, yep, why not? It's always useful. The more we know about the galaxy, the more we can plan and react and all that kind of stuff. 119 credits. Oh my god, that's nothing. So our first colony ship still hasn't been built. It's taking a little bit longer than I would have thought. So how are we going? So nearly built, so it's not too far away, so that's quite good. So I think it's coming out to this one down here first. So completed a science academy, which is good, so it increases the chance of us getting scientists spawning in our empire. So the more scientists we have, the better, you know, our research and all that kind of stuff is going to go, so that is good. No mission, it's going to automate you. What about you? You're going to automate you. There we go. Let's fix that. Interesting. Cool. So how's our private sector going? 138 ships, which is not too bad. Advanced blasters, is that a new component? No, it's an improvement to our components. So it makes our ships and bases a little bit stronger, which is really good. Also completed an armored factory, so we can now build armored units. So that's going to be quite good when we eventually start taking on some other empires. But apart from that, we're going quite well. It's community technocracy, 4,700. Thank you, that's very nice of you. Counted a new empire. The Harkonish Corporation, don't know where they are, don't like us. 13 colonies, 1,200 military strength, a lot of tax revenue though, so I would have thought they're going to build up their military quite quickly. Quite a big population too, so that should be bigger than us. So they're probably going to be quite strong, so it's going to be interesting to actually find out where they are. Do we have any intelligence agents? Yes, we do. Right, I'm actually going to send you out to the Harkonish, you guys. 1 year, still territory map, 83%. It's a little bit risky. I think it's worth it. Given that if they're over here somewhere, that's going to be something we're sort of going to have to plan about. But if they're sort of up here or something, I mean, they're sort of really got to be over here anyway. It's with like the rest of the empire's all taken up, so interesting. We're definitely going to have to look at that. Construction ship under attack. Whereabouts? I've been destroyed. Oh, all out there. Why on earth are you up there? Are they going to the devastation route? Yeah, it's a bit silly. We don't really need that. So what are our construction ships going? Building mining station. Building mining station. You're all the way up there. Interesting. Going to jump in here, look at our resources, see if we're missing anything. Do we have any unfulfilled? No, we don't, so that's good. Oh, yes, we do actually. There we go. Dilithium crystal. So where do we have? We must have potential places or sources of that. So I'm going to sort by distance. All right, here we go. So what have we got? 51%, 94. So where's that? All right, we're going to queue up a construction ship. We're going to queue up one there. And we're going to queue up when we find a decent source. Actually, probably going to queue up there. Queue up one there, given it's got a few other resources as well. So there we go, that should sort that out. Jump back in, and also polymer, so that's a bit surprising. Should have a fairly big supply of polymer. It's not particularly a rare resource. So what have we got? Distance. Polymer 69, 75. 93, we're going to queue that one up, and I'm also going to queue up the one above it, because that's got the dilithium crystal in it as well, so that's going to be a good one to do. Alright, what about our sources? What have we got? We've jumped down to the bottom. Is there anything that we need? So the dilithium, I can't believe we haven't actually gotten one of that yet. Chromium, we don't have a whole lot of that either. So we are going to get some sources of chromium. It's not a whole lot about, so what about 48%, which is not all that amazing. Apart from that, everything's ages away, so we're just going to queue up that one. Polymer, Tidarius, Krypton, that's all fine. We've got a few sources of that. Salia, carbon fiber, it's okay. I think that we're pretty good apart from that, so that's quite good. Potential colonies, reset this one, there we go. Nothing new, so that's fine. We're also going to actually, now that we sort of have a few other things to build, we're going to get on one of our, we're actually going to queue up a construction ship on both of our colonies. Given that we're actually building colony ships on our main planet, even though this is going to be very slow to build, I think it's probably better just to do it this way. So there we go. So they're queued up, so that is quite good. So what are we going to do now? We're going to home fleet. So you can see that sort of at this level, like obviously you guys can see that, you know, as you zoom in and out, like the map changes and what you can actually see changes. So sort of playing on this level, like at this stage of the game, especially as the game goes on, it just becomes, oh, damn, I think this is our colony. This is what, yeah, this is one of our colonies. All right. That's very interesting. So where's our colonies? Yep. So we've actually lost access to both those colonies now. So that is a big, big, big problem. It means we only got this one down here. I think we have to fight these guys. I think we really don't have another choice. They are a lot stronger than us. Yep, 5,800. Although no one likes them, so that's a bonus. There's no mutual defense packs. They are Way of Darkness, so I mean they're always going to be a problem because they're quite aggressive anyway, and the Way of Darkness makes them even a little bit more prone to fighting wars. Their tax revenue isn't actually that amazing. So ours is obviously 0, but what about their... So annual GDP, so their annual GDP is more than ours, but our strategic value on it is even more than ours as well. Interesting. So they're definitely stronger than us, but I don't think we've really got a choice. I think if we let them do this, we're boxed in, and we can't go anywhere apart from that. If we let them take that, we're going to be stuck because we can only get this one down here, but it's right near a bunch of other empires. It's going to piss them off. We can't come out here really. Coming up here we can do, but I think if we let them do this, may as well give the game up. So I think, all right. So we're running at 31.5 minutes. I'm just going to check this first, and we'll put a cut in. And I think next time. So 23 billion population, so that's actually relatively good. So I'm actually tempted, I think next episode, what we may do, so we do have a large starport, don't we? We did upgrade that last time. So, yep, so that's good. So I think what we're going to do, I think at the next episode, we may run it for a little bit longer until we get up to maybe 24.5 billion. Then when we hit that, we're actually going to start taxing our planet as heavily as we can. So basically we get as big a cash flow and an income as we possibly can. But then we're going to sort of crash course and build a military. So we're going to build up a big military very quickly. And also an invasion fleet and invasion forces, troops. Then we're going to come over here. And given this is a relatively... it's a new colony, it's not going to be difficult to take over in terms of troops. So we should be able to get that over pretty quickly. Once we take this over, then I think we're going to sit back on the defensive. I suppose we could come up here and try and take over a few of these planets so we can colonize the Sol planet over there, which is the independent colony of humans. But I think this is our main priority. Given that they're stronger than us already, I think we may be better off just taking over this and then just sitting back on the defensive. Given that we only have to really defend probably 2 areas, we should be able to do that with little problem. Yeah. Alright, that's what we're going to do, guys. 33 minutes nearly on the episode, so I'm going to put a pause in here, a cut in here. Hope you enjoyed this episode and this series. I think the series is going to heat up very, very quickly, so it should be a lot of fun from here on out. And as always, it would be massively appreciated if you could subscribe to the channel and like the video. Every little bit helps. So I hope you've all had a wonderful day, and I hope to see you all for the next episode.